This is a 6x12 box trailer, and what we're about to do with it is going to be pretty cool. We already got the ceiling pretty much done and the wiring done and the lights hooked up. We're going to turn this bad boy into a little camper. A little camper you can pull with your Jeep Cherokee or your Jeep Wrangler. Don't matter. It's going to be convenient. So this is it. I actually went ahead and started on it because that's what I do. We went ahead and put a ceiling in this thing, and we put some flush mount LED lights in it. And we got all the wiring run. We have a plug over here. We have a plug over here. We have a light switch. If you know how to run wiring, it's super easy to do. Pretty basic. I'm going to put a fuse box in here also, which is what you're supposed to do. So the walls have been insulated. We're going to do paneling, and like I said, I already got the ceiling done. And as you can see, this is how we put the lights set up. We got one in front of the door. We have two down through here. But you're going to see the setup here in a minute how I'm going to do this. I've always made Jeep content. I've always made do-it-yourself content. And the one thing I like about Jeep content is something that everybody can do in their backyard. And I don't really cover Jeep content anymore because, well, everybody and their brother has covered Jeep content on YouTube. It's just a repeat. And people like myself have watched, the big people like Bleeping Jeep and all that stuff. And we build our Jeeps in the backyard, right? So we want to get out there and use our Jeeps, right? Get out there and climb rocks and in the mud. We start getting older like myself. You start slowing down on that stuff. You have a kid, real life things happen, your body gets abused from work and all sorts of other things that you do in your life, like wrecking a motorcycle, hitting a deer like I did. You start to slow it down a little bit. One thing I do love to do is fish. I love to trout fish. I love to catfish. I like to go up to the mountains. And I didn't want to buy a big camper. I didn't want to have to go buy a truck, or I didn't want to have to buy this camper for $10,000 or finance it for this, blah, blah, blah. I wanted something small, something I could take the dogs and the family in. But I want it to be practical, and I want to be able to use it. And I want it to be really small to get in some areas that we go fishing at or we camp at or whatever. And I wanted a Jeep Cherokee to pull it, or something small pickup. So we got this. This is a box trailer, okay? So we're going to build it into a camper. And a lot of people's like, what? It's actually a really big thing and super cheap. This one is a 6x12, which meaning it's actually a 6x10, and your nose piece has 2 feet. So I will show you guys the layout of this thing. It's going to be actually super cool. This is the fold down part in the back. This is actually going to be a deck, okay? And there's going to be a wall here and a screen door. And it's going to be a couch here. It's going to fold out into a full-size bed for us. It's going to be a TV on that wall. It's hence the plug. There's going to be a sink here. It's going to be a window right here. It's going to be a window in the door. We don't want to put a window here. But I like about it, we're going to put a wall back here with a screen door, and we can put this down and have a screen door, and then we can go out into a deck. Which I'll show you the layout here in a minute on paper so it makes sense. And I'd like to show you a little picture of the deck that I want to build. Now, a lot of people's like, why don't you just get a tent? Well, that's what we've been camping in. We got this really big tent that you can stand up in. I love this tent, right? It's a pain with dogs. When it rains, they get muddy, they get in there, and it gets like how dogs are, it gets like a weird smell, and then they track mud, then your kids go in there. I want something that we can be warm in or cool in, because we're going to put AC and heat in this. I want it to be simple, still camp. I want to be able to, feel kind of like home for the dogs and the boy. There's not going to be a bathroom in this one. I know a lot of people ain't going to like that, but we usually go to like the bathroom house, or we have a little bathroom house we carry with us, actually. So we're not putting a bathroom in this. And then all the cooking stuff is going to be out front under an awning. That's the way we want it, so we can cook outside. Because we still want to be outside. We don't want to cook inside. Yeah, it could be practical and do it that way. There's 1,000 ways you can build these things. But I want to go outside early in the morning, stoke up a fire, and start cooking outside and let everybody smell the breakfast, because that's the best part about camping. But this is what we're doing. I got the ceiling done, and honestly, I only have $120 in the ceiling. Actually looks really good. The next is the paneling, and I got to put the window in. Like I said, I already got the wiring done. So I'm going to show you guys on paper what this thing's going to look like, and it's going to be pretty cool. So here's a kindergarten drawing, but I'm going to go ahead and, make it make sense coming out of my mind. So this is pretty much the front of the trailer, and this is the rear. So we got like a little, wall here and a door. So the breaker box and all the wiring is going back here. This is all going to be boxed off. And a lot of people's like, oh, you're going to lose a lot of space there. Not really. It's like not even half a foot you're going to lose. I just want to box it off so I can put all the stuff back there and all the plug-ins and all that stuff, to plug in the actual trailer. So we're going to build a cabinet on top of this, okay? They're going to be hanging on the wall. And then we're going to have a countertop that goes into an L shape. And then, of course, we're going to have a window on this wall, and there's going to be a sink right here. So we're going to have an L-shaped countertop, and then we're also going to have cabinets for storage, and then we're going to have underneath these countertops, and then we'll have the sink, so we can use water and stuff. We'll have a water hookup. That way we can wash, our hands and stuff like that. It'll have a pump and everything to have water if we don't have like a water hookup. And it'll have a regular water hookup. And of course we have the door. We're going to put the window in. And this is the bed / couch. So there's going to be a couch that's going to sit right here. And, at nighttime we're going to fold it down. It's going to come into a bed. And then we're going to have our TV here. And of course we have our plug-ins right in here. And then we have our light switch. And then, we got to lay the floor and put the paneling up. And then we're going to do the deck outside. And we're going to build a wall here with a screen door. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And here's the idea I have for the screen door. And then like the deck and stuff like that. It kind of looks like this. It looks pretty cool actually. It's going to be pretty cool when I get it done. Just trust the process. And it's going to be super light, and it's going to be convenient, and you're going to be able to pull it with your Jeep Cherokee. It just depends. It's a 6x12 trailer. You can pick these things up super cheap. So we're going to build a nice little camper out of it. It's going to be sweet. This was just an introduction video, so stay tuned for different parts. You can see us build it step by step. Maybe it'll inspire you to build one too for your family or for your small rig.